Yeah. 0 viewers. Oh, isn't that beautiful? All right. Yeah. And we wait.
All right.
So
Let's
what
see.
happens?
0 viewers.
Ask me a damn question.
Ask Eddie anything.
Yeah.
Oh, we got 2 on.
Oh, great.
And we wait.
Two
All
people
right.
who are wasting their night.
All right.
I gotta take the
We
crap
got
out of my
4.
focus.
All right. We got a few people coming into this, so we got to wait for ignition tube.
I'm going in.
And we're going to have probably a Mr. Dr. M3 coming in soon. What's your favorite color?
I mean, I know what mine is.
What's your favorite color?
Black.
For a car?
Everything. Why? Was it just a car?
I don't know.
Is it just a car or is it everything? Because if it's everything, black. If it's just a car, I hate black cars. Yet I own 3 of them.
I know. It's
so.
ridiculous. Dr. M3 is telling me, do your shenanigans before we join. Okie doke.
All right. Hide the joint, quick.
Yeah, right. All right, so we're going to have Dr. M3, Eli of Ignition Tube. Hopefully Jerry Batista joins us today.
Oh, Jerry.
Fucking take your shoes off. My cleaning lady came today. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm related to her. Probably.
Unbelievable. You probably are.
I know.
What are some cheap cars? Honda Civics.
Honda Civics. Ford Tempo.
Ooh, the Ford Tempo.
Your neighbors had one of those. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
Killing me, Eddie.
That's what's outside. That's the thing that's rotting outside up front, right?
Do you have any sentimental value to any of your cars? Yeah, so my Porsche definitely has a lot of sentimental value. The M5 is like my first car that I bought that was special to me. That was like the first car that I bought that I was like, it was like my first second car, if that makes any sense. But the thing is that sentimental value could go right out the door if there's like a GT3 in play.
I still have my first car, which is very sentimental to me.
The Mercedes.
Exactly.
He has this ridiculous monster Mercedes. It's 4-door V8 E-Class. What, E4?
400E.
400E.
This is before they had the
That's right.
letter before the number.
What was that? Is the 2011 335i reliable? Life of a Car Addict is definitely right because the N55 is a lot more reliable than the N54. However, you can make a lot of power out of the N54.
I love the N54. I had 2 of them.
There are those
They were
who
good.
do love
They
that.
were good cars, except for they were not reliable. Reliability and N54 do not go well together unless you keep it stock.
Well, so the N54 had a lot of issues because you had high pressure fuel pumps that were going literally day 1 out of the factory, could not keep up. And then 2, carbon buildup was out of control.
Carbon buildup, and then they had wastegate issues from the factory. There's nothing you could do about that until they came out with a better design with the turbo wastegate actuators.
Life of a Car Addict. You drove my first car, Tedward, the 325 IT wagon. Yeah, Eddie drove it too.
Oh, I did too. That's a legend right there.
My E39 530i was totaled recently. What would you buy for 5 to 10 grand to drive 50 miles per day and fun? Honestly, I know this is going to get old, and I'm going to say it 1,000 times. 8 Gen Civic SI.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly,
Definitely.
unless you just have to have rear-wheel drive, then I'd say find yourself a reasonably clean E36 M3.
E36 M3. I'm gonna get out of C5 Vet.
C5
You can pick those up for 5
If
to 10.
you are a little overweight, have a mustache, and like
You wear jean shorts.
Yeah, you like jean shorts, buy yourself a C5 Vet.
No, but they're good driver's cars. I mean,
No, it is a good driver's car. I just don't. I know I couldn't.
I couldn't drive one myself, and I'm a big American car
I
guy.
could not pull off a C5 Vet personality-wise.
Me neither. I don't smoke.
And
Black and mild.
N54 also blows head gaskets if you make any more power than stock. That is very true.
I never had that problem. I just kept going through coil packs and injectors. That was the big thing for me. Is I was going through coil packs, spark plugs, injectors, all sorts of miscellaneous shit, and it was annoying. And the car was stock when it was doing that, so
No.
Then I turned the boost up, and then that's when it really got bad.
I think the N54 was the biggest uh-oh that BMW ever made. I think they were panicking when that motor was actually released. That was along the lines of the kind of panic that Porsche had when the 991.1 GT3 came out, and they were all catching on fire.
Well, when it came out, wasn't it the first direct injected turbo motor they did? Right?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Because that's why the hype.
Start of
That's why
all
the fuel
the
pumps
motors
couldn't
today.
keep up, because the second fuel pump was like 5,000 psi or something like that, and it couldn't keep up. Zach, what's up? Zach had me over for dinner last night. He is a Porsche salesman.
I feel like my comments are invisible. All right, what were your first comments?
His first comment, he said, "What's your favorite car that I own?
That we own, or in
general?" Like, that's a tough question. You got to give me some parameters, because like I like Zondas, but I mean that's not a real. I don't have Zonda money, so I can't give you real life information about my favorite car if I have to say it's a Zonda.
It's okay. I see. Okay. Do you think your E39 become classics due to the? Yeah, I would say so. The E39 is already a classic.
The E39 is already a classic. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be worth much money. I mean, I think I could see the car appreciating to the point where like maybe it's worth 30 grand.
I don't see it being 150,000.
No. And there's a lot. There's too many out there. The E92, there's so many of those out there that I don't think that the E92 is going to suddenly like jump up in value.
90, unfortunately, they overmade them. The E90 Generation M3. I don't think that'll ever appreciate to an E39 level, let alone like an E30, because they made convertibles, they made sedans, they made coupes, and they made tens of thousands of euros.
And M3s always tend to do this thing where they bottom out around like somewhere between 15 and 20 grand. Like you're gonna the E92 is gonna do the exact same thing.
Bottom out to 15.
The E36 did it. The E46 did it.
It's doing it,
and they just kind of fluctuate within that $5,000 range.
The E36 has climbed a little bit. E46 has dropped. So. Oh, hello, JP. It's good to see you.
Oh, what's up? Greg B23 has some to spare. Yeah, I wish he would let me drive some Paganis. That'd be dope. Especially, he has the new Huayra.
Someone asked us, supercar, favorite supercar.
Favorite supercar? Pagani Zonda. I have to go with the Zonda because the AMG V12.
Yeah.
And it's a raw car. It's not the fastest car, but it's raw.
I mean, I'm going to be the loner and say McLaren F1. I love that car.
All right, that's actually not a bad one. I'm still gonna stick. I'm sticking by my answer.
You being the big M-powered fan, I mean, I'm surprised you wouldn't say.
I know. I don't know. There's something about the Pagani that's like a little.
You know what's second? My second is the 760 RS. So.
Yeah. Okay.
That. And then
favorite hot hatch. That's tricky. I like light hot hatches, so nothing. I can't wait till Eli gets here. Nothing that's like past Mark II Golfs. So you have to have a fun GTI. But right now, the best hot hatch on the road, Fiesta ST.
Favorite hot hatch of all time. That thing Harry Metcalf had.
Oh, the Delta Integrale.
No. That little front wheel drive thing he had. The Renault Clio.
The Renault Clio Trofeo. Yeah. And we don't
get any of the hot hatches that are good from like 1995 and back and before. They were never offered here.
No, and that's the thing. We don't get like the Megane RS.
We don't get the Megane.
Like there's great cars out there.
We don't get the Peugeots. We don't get anything.
Wait, what are we doing? We got BMW Tractor Gang. I have to go back up and read.
Sorry, we're slow. We talk very slow.
BMW M Coupe, best hot hatch to date. Yeah, actually, I kind of forgot about that. I know. I don't.
Is the M Coupe? I don't think that's a hot hatch.
It is. It is. No, it is. You can. That the clown chute definitely qualifies. It just doesn't typically enter my mind if I think about it. It's not.
I wouldn't call that a hatchback.
What would you call it?
I would call
a shooting brake.
A shoot. There we go.
Okay. Because like I wouldn't call the FF a hot hatch.
Wouldn't call that a hot hatch. Well, that is one hot hatch.
It is a hot hatch.
I wouldn't call that. I wouldn't call like a Dodge Magnum a hot hatch.
No, Mini JCW is a good one. I haven't driven it yet though. I know you've driven that.
I've driven the GP plenty of times.
I've only driven like the original Cooper S, like not original. You know what I mean? Like
well, you know what? They all feel the same. But the GP does it just makes it more stiff and makes you lose your kidneys quicker. I feel like a hot hatch needs front-wheel drive rollers. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I guess
totally
you're right.
agree with that.
Yeah,
I don't see an M Coupe being a hot hatch, which it technically is. But what do you think of the GTI or the GP? I love it. I mean, a friend of mine has one. I've driven it many times, and it's been really cool. to drive. It feels like a cheap GT3.
Yeah. Would I daily a GT3? So, money no object, absolutely.
Why the heck not?
That'd be awesome. That's a great car. But when money is an option and I need to make sure that I don't destroy and diminish the value of the
6 months
car,
a year car.
I think I'd have to not daily it.
I could
keep the
see
miles
you
up.
driving it when it's still raining or there's a
Sure.
little salt on the ground. But I mean, I would do it too. But
I wouldn't take like if I had to commute like 50 to 100 miles a day.
oh, absolutely not.
I'm not going to put that money on there. Hey, what's going up, UC Teeth? How are you, man? It's been a long time. I'm sorry you had to sell your Cayman.
Please let it be.
Was that a Bud Light or a Harpoon IPA? I'm not going to advertise for anybody, but just so you.
It's got a tiger on it. Let's just put it on there.
Newer, the GT3, more capable. Oh yeah, so no, absolutely. 991 GT3. It has like adjustable suspension.
You could daily that.
That car is like a Cadillac when you're just cruising. I
You
mean,
could daily that. I mean, my problem is with the GT3, and it always has been, is it's just too rakish to drive around. Lip gets caught on stuff.
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
spoiler, goes all haywire.
Ignition tube sponsored by beer. All right, where are you? Why aren't you in here, man?
He's putting on his makeup, everyone.
That's true. Ignition tube. Okay, he'll be on in a few. Yeah.
GT3. Oh yeah, you probably could, but
no, you
would
could.
You want to,
dude? Like, look, I dailied. I mean, not that I'm comparing it to a GT3, but I'm just saying I dailied a 350Z every season, all day, every day for like 6 years.
Yeah,
and that's less practical than a GT3.
I don't know about that.
It is because it's not as good. It's nowhere near as good.
Yeah, but it's still very unpractical. The trunk has a giant plastic hump over the back.
There's probably more storage space in the front of a GT3 than in the back of a 350Z.
I was pretty bummed about the Cayman.
Yeah, oh yeah, Boston is cold, so that sucks. You're applying to residency programs at Tufts and BU, man. You and your family are in for quite a surprise when it comes to
Who is this?
UC Teeth. He's a YouTuber out in California.
Oh, you're gonna love the weather here. You're gonna love it.
Oh my God, it's brutal.
It's amazing. It takes everything you love and throws it out the window one day, and you won't see it for 6 months.
Kevy Kibosh, my favorite gen of the GT3 RS is the 997.2. So that
I'm a .1 person. I like the 996.1 RS.
No, the 997.
997. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
No, I do like the 996, but I like 997.1.
Yeah.
RS.
No, I like the end of the 997 line. But I guess maybe you're right.
I like the narrow body. I just think it looks better.
Maybe you're right. Maybe
when they put that giant turbo back on it, it's cool. Like the one that the guy on Super Speeder says, that blue one.
Siobhan.
Yeah, the super.
No, that car looks good though. That car looks good.
I don't like the colors.
I like that car. Like I got to see it when we were in New Jersey.
Every time I see it, I'm like,
Rob's place. My wife is from Boston. Takes everything you love and throws it out the window for 6 months. Yeah. All right, obviously a 4.0 for a 997 if I could have one. Like, yeah, that would be dope. But I mean now, like, look, you have to be stupid rich because the thing is, even like, let's say in some bizarro world I could afford a 4-liter RS, I would be too chicken shit to drive it because I would want to. If I crash it, I'm screwed.
It's the end. You took one out. You took a priceless possession and killed it.
Every mile you put on that car is like dollars out the window.
That's a car where if you crash it, you should be arrested.
Yeah, and you're going to end up all over the internet because you're the dick that ruined a 4-liter RS. Look at Nick Mason.
Look how he's doing right now.
Oh yeah, no, and those started trading like for crazy money for a while. So I don't know, it's nuts. But what I am excited about is the new 991.2 GT3.
It's going to drop the price and everything else.
It's going to drop the price and everything else. I kind of feel bad for all of these 911R owners because
they're going to, yeah.
Everybody bought a 911R because they couldn't get a GT3 standard or RS with a manual. And so they put big dollars down on the R, and now there's going to be a standard car that's going to have 500 horsepower. Remember that. It's not like this is a 500 horsepower base GT3 with a manual.
Well, I think Porsche made the mistake from day one with that generation, that line, the 991, by saying this is a track-only car. And
if it doesn't go faster than everybody, then you don't want it, which is why they did that stupid PDK only.
And in my opinion, the GT3 from before and the one before that, you could drive it on the back roads. You could drive it on the road.
Why not?
Yeah, it wasn't that comfortable, but that's what people liked about it. And then when they're like, oh, it's track only, like this and that, kind of defeats the purpose of it.
Do you think you can have too much power? Yes. I'm pretty sure his Camaro has a little too much power.
No such thing as too much.
No, there is definitely such. So I think 400 horsepower is like that sweet spot for an actually good for a road car.
For a good car like that you're planning on taking on a back road, 400 is more than enough.
400 is actually too much. 300 is what you should have to really have a good time and kind of like test your limits as a driver. 400 is where you're like, I think we're going to be buying tires again in 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, like, for example, you get in a 400 plus horsepower car and you take it on a back road, a car with 150 horsepower can keep up with it because you can't get near the throttle. You're babying around, you're tiptoeing it, and it's stepping out from you, and you look like an idiot sawing at the wheel. It's just.
I think I can propose a challenge where Eddie drives the Camaro, I'll drive a Civic, and I guarantee you I can get through a road faster than that. As long as it's windy, I can definitely, because he doesn't want to die.
Yeah.
You'd have to be suicidal to try to keep up with the Civic in the Camaro.
Exactly.
I would look back and all I would see is plumes of smoke, and it would just be Eddie going, yeah, I can't. It's a family channel, you guys.
We all know what we're going to say.
Yeah, when when getting PDK'd, you need to check the tampon option. Yeah, so people are so friggin' misogynist when you like. I had a comment on my DCT video that was like, "Oh, you need a tampon for your DCT." It's like, this is coming from a guy who owns an M3. Like, you already own a torqueless car, and you're gonna tell me that I'm like a woman for driving, which is fine. My mom is a woman and drives an M3.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so there you go. Would I take the 1M or M2? I cannot quite answer that question yet because I haven't driven the M2 yet. For my garage, I would take a 1M because I think like if I bought a 1M for $65,000, $70,000 today, I know I would get that money back. If you said which one could you hustle around a track faster, I would put my money on the M2.
Hey, your DCT vid can.
Hey, for your DCT video, can you explain how to downshift to the, okay, all right. When you downshift to the lowest gear in DCT, let's say you're on the highway, you're in manual mode, you're in 7th gear, you put your foot all the way to the floor, there's a little button down there, you click the button, and then you pull the downshift, the kick down button. Then you pull the downshift lever, it's gonna go from 7th gear to either 3rd or 4th, depending on how fast you're going in 7th gear.
I loved it. He did it. I didn't know that. I've driven some DCT cars and SMT cars. I didn't even know that was.
It cannot be good for the clutches. There's no way.
Oh, it's smoke.
Like, oh my God. I don't do it often because I'm like, this thing's going to explode.
Personally, M2, I take the challenge and drive. Good luck driving the Camaro. It's not the easiest thing in the world to drive. Hey, are your cars heavily modified, or do you plan on modifying them? Mine or his? Mine or
Eddie's cars are modified to like.
Mine are heavily modified.
Like obnoxiously heavily modified. Mine, the only car that's modified is my Porsche, which.
And he didn't do any of it.
And I didn't do any of it, so I don't know what to tell you.
Listen, trying to get this kid to buy an exhaust for his M3 is like pulling teeth. Well, I kind of like the way it sounds.
Yeah, but if I need someone to pull teeth, I got UC Teeth. He's a dentist. So.
Oh, you are? Okay,
yeah.
Well. I need my teeth whitened.
What do I think of the 435i? I hate the fact that they call it a 435i, and now it's the 440. Actually, you know what's funny is there was a 430 now, I think, which is funny because now you can buy a BMW and say you drive a 430, and people are going to think you drive a Ferrari.
Oh, yes.
There we go. All right. I don't know. I mean, the 4 Series doesn't do it for me. I think it's heavy.
I think that whole generation was a flop, in my opinion.
Yeah, they won't be memorable
and
cars.
they came out with or I don't know if you guys read Motor Trend, but they came out with a review recently that I posted on my Facebook, and they did a review of like all the cars, and I think last place was the BMW.
Yeah, I promise you, the way that we look back on BMWs and we say, like, wow, I love that I grew up in a time where like the E36 was around, or the E34 5 Series even, which nobody really cares about, but I do. Nobody is going to look back and think, wow, man, I grew up when mom had a 440i. Like, who cares?
I mean, it's
like, a car. It's a car.
It feels very generic. It doesn't feel BMW-ish.
What's my favorite Ferrari? 288 GTO.
Oh, what's my favorite? I would say the 599 GTO. I love that car.
Ooh, not bad. You know what's funny is you chose. So the first time I saw a 288 GTO, this guy drove into Lars Anderson, and his wife was behind him in a 599 GTB, and they had just picked up both cars.
Oh.
He had paid like $2 million for the GTO, and she had just bought that, which at like MSRP had to have been like 350.
That is a lot of cash
Yeah.
for an old car.
Good. I'm glad you care about the E34, Brendan, because I love the E34.
I love the E34, and the E34 M5 was one of the coolest BMWs
I agree.
I've driven.
And it's got the M1 engine.
Dude, it sounds so cool. You can hear each throttle body open. It's
Bobby, what's up?
awesome.
E34 was the aspirational BMW of my childhood.
Watch Ronin, and you'll think differently about the E34.
I love the E34 M5.
I like the hubcaps that you can change. You know,
I just like
E34
turbine
M5?
two wheels. You could. That's the thing. The E34 M5, E34 5 series, they all put a set of turbine twos. 17s looks fantastic. I see Mr. Dr. M3. Oh my goodness.
Oh, hello, sir.
What up, Ed? Eddie, what's going on, boss?
Not much.
You're hanging out with this shady fella?
I'm hanging out with this hoodlum here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Look at. I'm such a bad influence.
All right.
You got to tweet out to your friends, Doctor.
All right, I'll do. I have friends. Are you
thought
You have a
supposed?
lot of friends, dude. I literally, like, I'm not joking. When I watched your live Instagram thing the other day,
Yeah.
cooking, and I had my phone next to the stove, and I just kept typing Revit.
I kept asking.
Sounds like a typical, petrol head. That's the only thing that you need is just rev it.
Just Revit. No, because so if you don't know, Dr. M3 was sitting in his green Aventador 50th Anniversario. Just
I don't know what the hell he was doing. He was doing something stupid.
Oh my God, it sounds unbelievable. 350Z, 370Z, or S2K? S2K all day. Okay, the 350Z is a good 8/10 car. The 370Z is a good 7/10 car. The S2K is a good 11/10 car because you can just rev the nuts off of it, and it's always good.
There's like a Nürburgring video of this guy in an S2000, and
The
he's
caged one?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's insane.
Yeah, that's nuts.
How do you do? Oh, whoops! You're right. I wonder of it, and it's always. Maybe there needs to be two of us.
There's like a
I don't know.
Nürburgring. What's wrong?
Can you guys see Doctor? Actually, let me check the video. Let me go over here.
I thought we had it up.
I'm
Just another one of your moments here.
Doctor. Say something.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, we can.
it's working.
Never mind. We're good. We're good. We're good.
All right, so now I need to hang on here. I'm just trying to remember how to tweet this. Actually, while I am going to do this.
Or if you do an Instagram live for like a minute.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do.
Diablo or Countach? I like the Diablo.
Diablo. All right, the Diablo is the ugliest interior of all
I love
time.
the Diablo.
But I don't care what people think about the inside because they're going to be seeing me on the outside.
I think that
You know what I'm going to tell you? You know what? You just left that wide open. You know what I'm going to say?
How about that?
How about that? Catch me outside.
I think the Diablo SV in the yellow with the black SV on the side.
For me, it's the SE30 Hota, that purple
Oh
with
my God,
with the
yeah.
single scoop over the roof. Oh my God, I had a model of that car.
There's
the purple.
there's one for sale right now.
Yeah, how much is it?
No. It's
650?
actually
reasonable. Let's hear it.
reasonable, but it's in a few pieces.
Oh,
I'll show you the links.
that's really brutal.
That's very sad.
Let's see.
Ford Fiesta ST or Mustang GT newest generation or Subaru.
Ignore me for a minute, guys, while I do this. So
Okay,
keep
no
talking,
problem.
but
no, do your thing.
Mustang GT.
Oh God.
Of those three. Well, where am I living? I mean, that's the big deciding factor. Because if I'm living in Massachusetts, it'd be the Fiesta or the Subaru.
I don't know. I think I'd have to take the Fiesta. I know that's a weird choice, but
And is it my only car? If it's my only car, probably the Fiesta or the Mustang.
yeah, I mean, if we were like in Arizona or Texas or something, I'd have to have the
Mustang.
Mustang because I need straight line roads, that kind of thing. But like around here in Boston, the Fiesta is going to be more fun.
I think the Fiesta is one of the most finely tuned chassis of the last 10 years, last generation.
Did you guys hear about Pink Floyd's drummer crashing his F1?
Yeah, I made a joke at it earlier.
Dude, really sucks. What's funny is that It's White Noise went and put an Instagram post today, and there were 4 F1s from Goodwood, and she was like, which one would you pick? But it was like he had just crashed the car like 20 minutes before she posted it. I thought that was really funny.
It's the way she goes.
Yeah, I'm not a new WRX fan. I'm not a WRX fan to begin with. I haven't really given them a chance.
You know what? I love those cars when they're done right.
I haven't given it a chance.
But unfortunately, and I'm not saying this about every single one of them, but a lot of the ones that I see nowadays are these 04, 05 WRX STIs that have been through 7 owners, and you can just tell.
Yeah. Oh, it's like Evos. Evos do the same thing. It's sad. It's really depressing.
And it's like, just let it go. Let it die off. Let that whole genre go. They rot out, and they're like, bondoed together. I mean, it's sad.
Best California car, I guess the Ferrari California. I'm just kidding.
The first gem.
You know what would be a good California car? A 458 Italia Spider. Or no, it's not Italia Spider. It's just Spider. 458 Spider.
Buddy, I'm gonna go on a limb.
All right. You gonna go more reasonable?
No. I was gonna say, if it's like your only car, and it was California, I'd go with like Audi R8 V10 Spider.
Ooh.
Because you can drive it every day. You won't have to worry about the reliability.
Yeah.
And it looks good. It sounds just as good.
No, I think you win on that one. I'll give you that.
I just think if it's your one car, you might as well have something that doesn't cost.
And it's comfortable too.
It's comfortable.
It's comfortable. Somebody asked about an E39 540i. Great car. It just consumes a lot of fuel. It's old, right? Like
I disagree 100% with him. I think that is one of the worst choices you can make as a car because the timing chain system on that car disintegrates, and that's the end of the car.
Well, the guides do.
Yeah, and do you know what happens after that?
Yeah, it goes pop.
Ask a friend of mine about that. Nats.
Oh, really?
Oh, this one.
Yeah. All right. New or old R8 styling. All right. The new one's growing on me. And you know what's funny is the reason the new one's growing on me is because of the blinker where it does this like whoop thing. You know what I'm talking about? It's not a solid thing. It's stupid. It's so stupid, but I like it.
I think Audi has gotten into this corporate niche of putting the biggest grills.
Oh, all right. Yeah, the front end of the car looks atrocious.
I can just hear that song. Let me see your what? Your grill. Your grill. Like that's what I think when I see that hideous front. It's like it's too Bentley-ish. I mean,
all right. So
the old one for me. Obviously.
So for that matter, I'm gonna go ahead and say old style.
I think the car that is most underappreciated, and I think is going to be a fuck ton of money, R8 GT. The Audi R8 GT. That car, no one ever talks about.
I forgot about that car.
I love that car. The spoiler on the back and everything.
Cody needs to get an R8 GT.
That would be a good.
I think that would be and that's the thing. He could pretend that it's not a Lamborghini.
Exactly.
Oh, favorite Aston Martin. All right, this is really everyone's gonna hate me for this. I really like.
Nope. 6-speed.
Nope. DB7.
Oh.
Because I played it in Gran Turismo.
All right, I'm back.
All right.
I sent it out, so let's see. Hopefully, get some people in here.
We'll see if we get some people.
All right, I'm going to go on a limb here and say a really weird one.
Give me
that Aston Martin when they had the twin superchargers.
Oh,
the Vantage.
That long nose.
Didn't
someone just do didn't Jalopnik just do a story on that car?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
It was like an 800 horsepower out of the factory.
I loved that car, and it was such a piece of junk.
Oh my God. JP, the illuminated Mercedes-Benz Star is so pretentious, but so cool when you see it coming toward you. I don't know. It makes me want to not get out of the way. When I when I see that illuminated Benz emblem, I'm like, yeah, I think I'm just going to sit in the left lane.
I don't like anything that's stupid.
Cody, I think you're on mute.
I thought I unmuted myself.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I was on mute earlier while I was trying to get this stuff out, so I wouldn't interrupt you guys.
You must be. Is it a hotel room?
Are you in a hotel room? Where are you?
Man, this is not a hotel. This is my house.
I was looking for
your kitchen.
All right.
Okay.
Fine. I guess you want me to be monotonous.
Look at the backsplash.
You look like you were in your closet or something.
How about that?
How about that?
Can I get Alexa to talk? Is she still right behind you, or did you move?
Oh, don't you do that,
Alexa.
No.
Oh, it worked.
It worked.
No, great. Thank you for doing that. Go to
Everyone's-
sleep, Alexa.
Sorry about that. I just remember that from last time I was there.
Yep. And Google, same thing. I don't have a Google home thing, but it does the same thing.
Have your M cars been reliable?
Yeah, I mean, all right. The only thing that went wrong on my M5 was like the clutch didn't fry itself, but there was like a tensioner thing that failed, and so I had to replace the clutch.
Well, that's a fun
Nothing ever goes wrong in an M car. Who? How dare they?
Mine were never reliable.
Honest,
but
to be honest, I have to be honest. I've owned quite a few M cars. I've never had anything major go wrong. I've been probably pretty lucky, I guess.
Yeah, but your M6 has very few miles on it.
Oh, don't hate.
I'm not hating. I'm just giving the people some information. You don't have like
Give the people context. Yeah, that's true. But the M3, the E46 M3 I drove for quite a bit. I mean, I had probably 50,000, 55,000 miles on that car. So yeah.
Well, it's funny that he brought up that clutch thing because I worked on Tom's M5 before I even knew Tom.
He
Really?
brought my transmission in my mechanic's garage before I even met Ed, like 2 years before I met Eddie.
Yeah, I know. It's a small world.
So like he saw my car and he goes, "Wait a minute, I've been under this car."
That's not something you typically want to hear. You're like, what the hell did you steal from my car? How did you get under there?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I'm sorry if it doesn't, the clutch is back up. Yeah, I'm kind of getting blinded here.
No, we're gonna make it worse.
Oh, God. All right, let's see some other questions. Oh, there's one for you, Doc.
Oh no, here comes the hoser Ruben. Oh man.
Trouble has arrived.
Oh, God. Well, good, he's gone.
Good, he got a light on.
How is that Google Fiber internet you got there, sir?
It's the fastest internet I've ever used in my entire life.
Uh-huh.
Oh, speaking of internet, my dad did.
So how was the trip home on those summer tires in the snow?
We didn't have any snow. There's no snow.
There's no such thing as snow.
There's no snow on the roads.
Well, would you wait until 3 days from now?
Tom, did you click on Cody? Is that why he's on the screen the whole time?
He shouldn't be on the screen the whole
Oh,
time.
never mind. We good.
Yeah, it's your bad internet. Everybody who's on the Hangout right now, if you know somebody who's not on the Hangout, go ahead
And tell them to come join us.
come join us. We're gonna make this poppin'.
Tell them they're a hoser.
Tell them there's Tractor Gang on this thing. Somebody asked, Kevin Kabash, AMG or M? Pick one, can't say both. M for me because of the philosophy. It doesn't mean I don't like AMG, but it's just more of a pointy car versus a comfortable car.
That's really hard for me.
I'll come
not
on
only
say it.
What's that, Eli?
AMGs are for old men.
It's true.
I disagree on that. I think they're for
The old
childish.
men who want to go fast, sort of.
I think they're for someone that likes to laugh a lot.
Here's what I think.
They just do.
Wait a minute, Eddie, explain.
I think if you have a sense of humor, you buy the AMG because that car is just a laugh. You drive around, you make a lot of noise, you smoke a lot of tires, and it's not about the fastest lap time. It's about enjoying the drive in a different sense of like.
Oh, respect the drive.
Exactly. I mean, in my opinion, that's what an AMG is about. It's not about.
I guess I should clarify. I should clarify and say that the new AMGs are for old people because the old AMGs are now affordable for people who like to have fun. And the old AMGs were about burnouts and going sideways. The new ones are just boring.
The new ones are a bit more muted, unfortunately. I agree.
Not so. I'm not a fan of the new ones. I saw a new C63 get a dyno tune recently, and not a fan of it.
I think most, if you were to look, who turns off traction control more, M owners or AMG owners? I would say M owners.
I'd say
Shut them all the way off of the AMG.
That's a problem. That drives me nuts.
I'd say AMG owners. I think AMG owners do way more burnouts than M owners.
I don't. I think they're afraid of it. You might see them do a burnout, but they won't go around a corner with traction off.
Oh no, I agree. They do more burnouts because it's all about the theatrics. I would agree with that.
Exactly.
Owners do more burnouts, no question.
I mean, I think AMG definitely. If you need a car that's comfortable, that you go to work in, on the highway a lot, and you live somewhere where it's just straight roads, AMG.
Yeah. All right.
Why would I get?
So let's see. Tedward, I wanted to ask about your car storage situation. I want to get more cars, but I'm stuck with my one-car garage. The place where you winterized your M5 and Porsche, is that a rented garage? No. So
No, it's not.
Dr. M3 actually owns that garage.
I wish. Oh my God. I wish I was paying Dr. M3 rent to keep my. No, so the cars, the space that I have a friend who has this really strange property in Massachusetts.
It's so weird.
And it's just got like a machine shop and an old horse stable. And I keep the cars in a horse stable, and he doesn't use the space, so he just lets me keep them in there for free.
I mean, like, this guy must have at least storage for 10 plus cars.
It's crazy. There's a boat in there. There's a huge truck. There's an MGB. There's my Porsche.
And if he wanted to, he could knock down the stables and put even more space.
It's bananas.
It's weird. It's a weird place. I mean,
all right. Honest question: would he be willing to rent that as the new Ignition Tube headquarters?
Woohoo!
So the place is on the market. So
you want to purchase it?
Yeah, maybe
with the option to own.
Let's buy a house.
What?
Dr. M3 can buy it, and we'll pay him rent.
Great. What is it with me collecting rent?
Well, no, we just want to give you more money so you can buy more supercars, because the cat videos I heard haven't been cutting it recently.
Oh, well, yeah, this is true. This is true. That Nyan Cat just does not panned out anymore. The internet is over it.
Opinions on a 95 Camry. I had a Camry. You had a Camry.
My sister had a Camry that I drove a bunch. That's a V6. Actually, the 95 V6 was not a slow car. It was pretty quick. The squat and dive in a Camry is unparalleled.
Unlike any other, I would agree.
Only thing you could get closer to that is like a 96 town car.
Yeah, or like a Crown Vic or something like that. I mean, mine had the terrible 4, which made like 50 horsepower on a good day.
Oh my God.
But I learned a lot about car control with that thing.
Z06 or Dodge Viper ACR?
ACR.
No, the problem is, we talked about this before. The Viper has an old chassis that just sucks. Great looking car. Car is great, but the chassis is what destroys that car compared to the Z06, the C7.
I do agree. I think that the Z06 is light years ahead. In terms of engineering.
Yeah, it's also light years ahead in terms of heat soak.
Well,
no, that's a good point.
Unfortunately, I'm the biggest American car fan, but both of those are. Do you want the car with leaf springs, or do you want the car with a 20-year-old pen? It makes no difference. They're both ancient technologies going up against each other.
Yeah.
I'd probably take the Viper ACR because I've seen it on track. I think it's just incredible seeing such a lump of coal driver on that fast. The Z06, there's too many of them.
I would rather,
that's true. There are too many old men driving them.
Exactly.
I may be one of few, but I like the C6 ZR1 better than the C7 Z06.
Well, obviously, that's my choice too. I love that car, the Blue Devil.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Someone says, "Is anyone into straight pipes?" Eddie likes curved pipes.
Just a little to the left. I'm good.
A little to the left. Eli, you gotta Snapchat this so you get your tractor gang.
Oh yeah, all right, hang on.
Hold on. I have to Snapchat it too. Hold on. Oh wait.
You don't have Snapchat.
I ain't got no Snapchat. I ain't got time for that.
All right, we're live on YouTube on Tedward's channel. You need to come through and comment Tractor Gang. Come support Tractor Gang on Tedward's channel. Do it.
Oh my God.
Motor Trent, yeah, the Z06 wasn't complete that they gave it. I honestly think they gave him a lemon.
We're live.
I think they had a bad.
I think it's too much power for that little chassis. And I can't imagine what the ZR1's going to be like.
You know what? We skipped a question a while back about the GT2 RS. I kind of don't care anymore.
Why not? What do you mean?
Excited for GT2s because it's like, okay, we get rear wheel drive, turbo, power. And
what's wrong with that? Are you what?
I just have a bigger soft spot for the GT3. Like I used to think I should like the GT2 more, but I don't. I like the GT3 more.
Well, you know what? I think it's also the test of time. I mean, when the GT2 originally came out, there was a place for it because it had 450 horsepower, which was a lot back then, but it was enough to control. Now, the GT3 has more than that.
Yeah,
So
the GT3 has 500 horsepower.
Why do you need more than 500?
Right.
And
what do you mean? Why do you need more than 500?
Excuse me, especially from Eddie.
I'm sorry. I just entered an alternate Twilight Zone. What the frick is this?
400 horsepower is like enough for a good streetable car that's like fun to drive and fast. And 300 is more than enough for a track.
Excuse me while I go pull my BRZ out of the garage. Hang on.
Oh. 11 horsepower.
Well, Eddie can't nod his head at all because he has the ZL1 making like 650 wheels.
Yeah, seriously.
I know.
Yeah, but it's his least favorite car.
I know. Of all of them, it's definitely the last one on the list.
But I feel like out of all those cars, that's the one that puts the biggest dopey grin on your face because you're like, you know, the second, third gear blowing the NT05s off, NT05Rs off.
It used to be like that, but the Honda, honestly, is the biggest grin. It's because it pisses everybody off.
Oh my God, no! I've told you guys about this. I drive that Honda.
Oh, when we took it out that day, I've never seen so many swears thrown at us.
Drove it for 20 minutes. I've never had people yell at me like that in my life. I could have been walking down the street naked, and people yelled more at the Honda than me. Like, unbelievable.
My Snapchat failed to send. Sick. I love this internet.
Why do you need more than 500? Because of Steve.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what happens. It's like your friends are bad influences.
When you hang out with people, you know, for a long time it was stock, and then I hang out with people, and then they're like, oh, just one thing. One thing led to another thing, and now it's fully bolted. So that's what happened. But I kept it stock through the warranty. It's not like I drove it with always that much power.
Unlike some people.
I know.
R34 versus Supra. Supra.
Unless you have a Tomei block on those motors, those things chew through everything.
I think it's one of those things where it was awesome at the time. They still look cool, and there's some nostalgia to it. But the Supra is a little more timeless.
I think the R34 is one of the most overrated cars out there.
Oh, yeah. I bet you, it's definitely not. I mean, I've never driven one, but I bet you it's not what I think it is.
Well, because
it's not Need for Speed Underground, that's for sure.
No, but we all think about that car as if it just inherently has 1,200 horsepower. It does not.
The only reason the R34 has legacy is because we can't have it.
That's
I know.
the truth.
Like, you go to Japan, those things are. My friend who lived there for a little while was like, those things are scummy cars. You can pick them up for nothing.
Yeah.
Well, let's start importing them.
Yeah.
I am literally just not getting
Nobody likes us
any
tonight.
service.
Well, what's going on with that Google Gigafiber?
Yeah, seriously. Tell my college that they need that because right now I have Google Potato Fiber.
You know, it's funny you say that. Today, my father, not only we have Xfinity in the house, but now we have Verizon Fios. He somehow thought it was a good idea to get two internet companies.
Why?
I don't know. It's like, what if the Comcast?
Two is better than one?
I guess so.
Emilio.
What's the funniest new car for around 20K?
Most fun car around 20K, and why is it the Fiesta ST? Because it just is. I can't explain it. The driving a Fiesta ST is the most raw new car that I can kind of imagine, especially for the price.
I mean, I think that car was way above its price point, drivability.
I lived with dial-up until 2011.
Oh, don't laugh. That is just mean.
I have a couple friends around here who are on satellite internet.
Satellite?
Yeah.
That's having web TV.
That's the worst because, when you have bad weather, it's kind of like when you're on, like Dish Network. If you got a bad storm, you might as well just pick up a book, read, and go to bed, and cry yourself to sleep because that's it. It's over.
When it rains,
my buddy Sarah up here, the one who helped me do the orange vinyl, has satellite internet, and we tried to play Xbox Live, and he crashed his router.
Oh God.
All right. What do you guys think about the what is that? The Trackhawk?
We've kind of done the demon thing.
I think the whole demon Trackhawk thing. You can only make so many of those cars before it's like, okay, what are they going to put it in next? A go-kart?
Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's fun when you're at the drag strip and you see a friggin' SUV running 11 seconds.
There's going to be we're going to have the Dart Trackhawk Trail,
Trailcock.
Trailcock.
Yeah, I don't know what to call it. I mean, it's like, there's only so many cars you can put.
That's the guy that has locking diffs and adjustable suspension and all this, but only parks at the mall. He's the Trailcock.
Wait, oh my God, I forgot. Eli is in the room, so let the hate begin.
Let it begin.
Yeah, I just hate on everything.
What is the greatest M car of all time?
E36.
E30, man.
You know what? And this is, I swear to God, unbiased. I'm gonna
go. If you say 92, I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna disown you.
E39 M5.
I'm gonna go with E36 on 3.
I think it's real. I think the E39 is such an important car for the legacy of the M brand.
Well, no, I would disagree. I would say the E30. Come on, listen. That car is iconic. Listen, look at it. How old is that car? And it still looks as good today as it did back then.
Yeah, I mean, it's 88. The E28 came out in 86. Then we got, but, I think the M cars were underground back then. People didn't know what that was. Honestly, if you saw M3, even on an E36, you wouldn't know what it was.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Especially when they had the 4-door, it looked like just a regular, snobby BMW.
The M345, where it's the M3, the 4-door, and the 5-speed manual.
So here's my answer.
Before we move on, go ahead.
We're talking about best driving M car. I think it's probably the E36 M3.
Agreed.
If we're talking about the most legendary M car, it's the V10, M5, and M6.
No.
Legendary?
Nah.
Legendary for their unreliability.
But there's nothing. There's no other M car with a V10. There's no other M car that has that distinct
There was a reason for it, though.
Yeah.
There was what?
There was a reason it was the only car with a V10 in it.
What's that supposed to mean?
They had a Formula One program back then, and they're like, "Oh no, oh shit, we don't know what engine we need to put in this M car." Oh wait a minute, let's go.
But back up. Hang on for a second. You guys are all forgetting the ultimate M car. And what is that?
The M1.
The M1. What is up with you?
You're wrong.
That's
not unobtainium. That is not unobtainium, dude.
Okay.
You know what? Speaking of which, look.
We know why you like it because Lamborghini helped design it. We all know. We can end it there.
And there's 2 BMW badges on the back.
Yeah, that thing looked terrible.
Double, baby, double.
It's the F82 M4.
Oh.
I think the conversation. Good work putting the cap on this conversation, Eli.
I mean, back to the E60 M5. The only reason that engine was put in was because the F1 program failed, and they're like, "All right, well, we need to get something out of it."
Yeah.
And they threw that engine in there.
I still think, torque low end is kind of an issue, but I still think I love that. That's the reason why I'm never going to get rid of that car. That V10 in that car is a pleasure to drive. It really is.
No, it is a great engine.
Oh, there's nothing like it.
I love that engine.
And it sounds so mean.
That's what I'm saying. There you go.
But
that doesn't mean we agree with you.
If nothing else, would you agree with me that it's the best sounding M car?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say so.
All right, I'll give you that.
I would definitely say so.
All right. I'll take it. I'm done.
Moving on. New topic.
R8 V10 Plus or Lamborghini Huracan. They're the same car.
How dare you? How dare you?
One was driven by Tony Stark. The other one was driven by Doctor Strange. Which one? I don't know.
Doctor Strange or Doctor M3?
Very true. What did you do?
I honestly would go R8 V10
Of
Plus.
course you would. You have the spark plugs from it. We all know.
The thing is, though, the R8 V10 Plus is it's an easily accessible daily driver.
Yes.
Right? The Oricon is definitely, you could daily that car, but it's still a little less of a daily driver than the R8 V10.
You know what? I'm gonna go with the rule of thumb, as in which one has a better sounding name, because if they're so similar, and I'm sorry, I don't want a car that sounds like I had to pay for the Premium Plus package.
Yeah, I hate that they call it the Plus. I wish they just had the R8.
It's like, just call it the Audi R8, and then
done.
If someone wants to ask, oh yeah, I got the Plus package.
Yeah, give me the trim level. That's fine.
You don't need to put a plus sign. You don't need to put plus on the side of the car. I mean,
do you dislike the sound of the new M's? Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the turbos, man. That's like any turboed car. I mean, you can salvage them a little bit, but there's not a turboed car that I've heard that sounds as good as a naturally aspirated car.
It's not even the turbo that makes that car sound bad. It's the engine that made it sound bad.
That motor just sounds like garbage.
It's all the sound ordinances, though. It's not just the U.S. It's Europe. It's all over the world, right? So they've got to make these stupid things more and more quiet and friendlier to your neighbors, right?
Yeah, I just think that now that they're saying, oh well, we can substitute real noise with fake little speakers in the dash.
Who started that?
BMW.
No, it wasn't BMW that first did it. Nice try.
BMW.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Everyone, call in 911. I think Eli is having a seizure or something.
BMW.
I figured.
What car? Who did that first?
It was.
I don't know.
No, was it Chevy? It's somebody. It was an American car company. What's that?
BMW.
No, I knew this. It's not BMW. I can search. I think it was an American car company. I'm trying to remember who did it. They did a sound pipe into the cabin.
My car has that.
Volkswagen did it too, but it's an American company that did it first. I can't remember who.
Let's see. Jake asked, will Porsche come out with something more impressive than the 918 Spider in the next few years? It'll probably be 5 to 7 years.
They do it every decade.
Yeah,
2025. They just said this like at Geneva. 2025 is the next thing that you're going to see. You're not going to see anything before then.
It's every decade.
It's every,
They're not like Ferrari or Lamborghini or the big guys. They do it every decade because they kind of want to get all the potential out of the car that they make.
Yeah.
The cars look the same for 30-something years.
Exactly.
They're getting the most out of it.
Mercedes did it in the electric SLS. That's interesting.
Yeah.
What a piece of junk that was.
It was just a bit.
It was a demonstration of that was kind of stupid.
God, that color just reminded me of a visibility jacket. I mean,
although I must tell you, the G500 4x4 square that I was in that color.
Yes.
It's not quite the same color, but oh my God, was that good?
No, I saw one in California. I put it on Instagram. I loved it.
At the Mercedes-Benz Burlington for a while.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Yeah, for a while because nobody's buying them.
Yeah, you realize that's $150,000.
And that's not even an AMG.
Yeah, look at that's what I saw in California.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. I think if I was gonna buy a Mercedes supercar, it probably would be the SLS black. I love that thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the E hybrid or whatever the heck it was called. I thought that was it was cool for about a couple hours on Top Gear, and that was the end. Highlander yellow car.
Yeah.
Kind of, but the car is much.
You guys go to UVM often?
I don't.
One of us, not us, but a friend of ours does.
I'll be up there in like 2 weeks probably.
What are my thoughts on the Dodge Demon? We already went through this.
Yeah,
but we'll say
Demon.
it again.
I don't even like talking about the Demon. It doesn't do it for me anyway.
They got to stop putting that motor and everything.
Yep. Ooh, LFA used fake engine noise towards front.
Yeah, they well, it's not fake engine noise. Now, hold on, guys.
They used the piping.
They piped it in. It wasn't fake. It's actually the real engine noise that they piped in. That's different from a fake engine noise. So what they did was they used these audio tubes, they call them, to sort of funnel some of the engine sound into the cabin.
Cool. See, I'll give them credit for that. That's a cool idea. But I just hate it when it's like, oh, when you know, sometimes those speakers in the cars, they get out of sync and then it sounds wrong.
Well, they do it in the 911R has some funky stuff to make sure that it's piped into the cabin as well.
Yeah.
What the heck is this lighting?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Eli, you're so quiet tonight.
I'm tired.
Yeah,
You drove all day. Well, not all day, but
that sounds pretty awesome, though.
What, that I'm quiet?
Yeah,
No,
I
that
love
you
that
drove
car.
all day. Driving all day is fun.
I love the black.
Not when you just do 140 miles on the pike.
Yeah, that does suck.
They were out today, too. Let me tell you, they were out today.
No,
really?
no, they were.
Why? What's so special about today?
I think yesterday and today, a lot of people are going on spring break.
Okay.
Or either coming back or going, Tractor Gang, let's go. Let's go. Someone's in here commenting Tractor Gang.
Oh,
Boys, your Snapchat must have gone up or something.
I dislike the most that they don't let you turn it. Yeah, I mean, I think it's. I mean, I know like the Focus and Focus ST. There's like block-off plates to show.
Yeah, mine, I just deleted the noise pipe.
You didn't like the noise of it? It wasn't appealing.
Wow, you cannot see me at all. This is unacceptable.
It looked like,
So I had basically on the GTI, the noise pipe comes off the charge pipe. So it pressurizes a whole different part of the tube that's just close to the cabin. So you get like some intake noise in the cabin. So when I did my high flow charge pipe, it just did the noise pipe delete with it.
Okay.
they were asking Doc and Eli. They were asking, "What's your favorite Gen GT3?"
RS. Which RS is your favorite?
What could be Mono?
No, it says RS.
Oh, sorry.
You're blind.
If I'm honest, I don't really care.
Ooh, hey.
No, but that's what I expected him to say.
I know.
I don't know. I mean,
I really like the
996, 997, what?
I like the brand new GT3 RS because the launch control sounds insane.
Oh, it is. That is insane. The 991.
So I guess that's my favorite. But I would never buy it.
I would agree. It is. They had it at the Michelin Pilot Experience.
So
In fact, that's what I did my hot lap in. That thing is freaking brutal.
Rick said the answer is always 993, but there is no GT3 993. The GT3 started with the 996.
It's 996 is when it started, yeah. Yeah, Eli, we don't want to see your stairs.
R36 GTR. What? I don't even know about that car yet.
Yeah, I don't know about it either. I hope it happens because I'm really bored with the R35.
Bored with the 370. Bored with Nissan.
Jeez, Nissan is tanked, man. What occasion?
Oh, you can't. Wait, no, you can't say they're tanked. So, have you been
they are.
Did Lamborghini?
have you seen what the GTRs have been doing in Texas?
Okay,
Who
I have
cares?
so much backstory about that because I get it from everybody. That 6-second GTR, they had to replace the whole engine the night before.
It's probably like
Yeah.
They did the entire engine rebuild the night.
It's okay. It's okay. It still did it.
It's still, I mean, it's great, but once again, 698. Guess what? In 2 weeks, someone else will break it, and that car will be pointless.
So again, for the same reason, right? Every time we mod our cars, we live with, the risk of, things blowing up.
Can
That's
I just
not even a
wait
point.
one second? Can I just clarify? You said we. You mean three of us because Tedward doesn't modify his
Yes.
cars.
Exactly. Thank you. Ted's out of this question. Ted,
Take a sip.
So Rick, I want to go back because I called out Rick earlier on the 993, but he's right. There is a 993 RS, and that is correct, and that is a baller car, and they're super rare.
Is that what Andrew has, Cody?
Actually, it is.
Okay.
Andrew, that's exactly what Andrew's car is.
I need to go meet Andrew.
Yes. Man, he's a huge Porsche guy. His collection is ridiculous.
Zalason.
Oh,
You realize that he used to campaign.
Yeah.
You used to campaign for Porsche.
Yeah, no, I know his collection. I didn't know he had a 993 though. That's cool.
He's got all these cars, and they're all in the same black and red livery.
Well,
And they're not just in the U.S. I mean, like he has the cars all over the world. In fact, Porsche themselves, corporate, stores a few of his pretty rare cars for him.
I mean, Seb Delaney was storing the RS for a while.
I know. How about that?
How about that?
No.
Cash me outside.
Oh my God, Eddie, don't start that.
How about that?
I don't think electric steering ruined most cars because it's not really electric steering; it's just electric assist. So you still do have a direct line to it. It's not like drive-by-wire.
Well, I was going to say, let's talk about that though, because the next step, which is what's happened, is the drive-by-wire.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, it really removes the feel, the feedback. You just.
All it takes is one short circuit, and you can't steer anymore.
Apart from the Mercedes, every car I own is electric steering. Camaro's electric.
Is it really?
Civic's electric. Cadillac's electric. They're all electric.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't mind electric steering, and I never did because the S2000 had electric assist, and that never bothered me.
The Honda never bothered me.
No.
I didn't even know that was electric until one day I was under there. I'm like, oh, where's the hydraulic?
That
bars?
was not a thing until Porsche fanboys decided to make it a thing. No one cared. That was like happening underneath your noses for a decade
Honestly,
before you even started worrying.
Now when I drive hydraulic cars, I'm like, why is this thing so heavy and miserable?
Yeah.
So somebody mentioned about a meetup in Montreal. Well, the guys up in Boston are probably closer, but I'm doing a rally this summer, Ace Spade, and so I think we end up in Ottawa, but we'll be in Toronto. We come down through New York. So New York City, we're going to spend a whole day there. So come on down, visit us. I'll announce it later, but we're going to be in, I think we passed through Montreal, but we're going to end up in Ottawa.
Are pigs in a blanket sausage links wrapped in pancakes or sausages wrapped in cabbage? The answer is little mini hot dogs wrapped in rolls.
Correct. Crescent rolls.
Yeah. That's pigs in a blanket.
Oh my God.
Those are great at like bar.
I know, they're so good. Oh my
Those are
God.
fantastic.
Now I really want to eat that.
Thoughts on Porsche's early Spirit? Is that what it said? Spirit?
Spirit, I guess. I don't. Let's see.
It was autocorrect. I meant to write Beetle.
Yeah. Thoughts on Porsche's early Sportmatic transmission? Abysmal. Go on Craigslist right now. Go find yourself a 996 or 997 pre-PDK. I guarantee you get that car for 18 grand.
But they handle that. You know what? I'm gonna go on the other side and say those 911 turbos, those 996 turbos, those can handle so much power.
That's true. The torque converter autos could handle a lot of torque.
They're trash though.
They're trash. I think if you said like go buy the fastest car you can buy, like pre-2006, and you've got $18,000, I'd probably go buy an automatic 911 turbo, and then we do the challenge from there.
Alpha Julia thoughts, gents.
Love it.
Love it. Thumbs
love.
up. It is designed. It was designed to be in. Well, they really were targeting it at the M5. And I've not driven it, but I know people who have, and it has definitely an appeal. But the handling is, although it's still pretty good, is not quite M handling, is what I'm told by an M owner.
I just think it has a great spirit to it.
You know
It's
what?
got a great looking car. It's got drive power.
Yeah, Eddie doesn't like it.
I don't like it, and I think
Why not?
I don't like it because I don't like the history of Alfa Romeo from 1970.
Well, don't be hating on the history. Look at
what I thought Alfa Romeo was great when they made race cars.
Yeah.
They should have kept it at that.
Yeah, Emilio.
They didn't end up like Ferrari.
If I had to choose today, Alpha Julia or M3 Comp, I'd have to say M3 Comp, not because I like it more, but because I trust it more.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to know, I need to see the Alpha Julia exist in the market for a little while to find out like what goes wrong. Because I do not want problems on my car.
Well, you know, it's Alpha, so things will go wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, remember the Mito? That was a piece of junk.
Oh.
There's a lot of junk. The Brera was cool though.
Oh, that was junk.
No way. That was awesome.
That was a smoldering.
That was a cool hatchback. I think it was baller. The headlights on that thing, unparalleled. Super cool.
Oh.
All right, I like this question. Each of you has to calculate the value of all your cars, and those funds have to go towards. You did it already?
No, he
No,
says this is
fair already.
and he doesn't know how to shut up when other people are talking.
Exactly.
Calculate the value of all your cars, and those funds have to go towards one vehicle. What would you buy? Well, my car's worth about $3,000. So I could probably buy.
He's gonna buy another GTI.
I could buy a nice set of wheels, and that would be about it.
Oh my god.
I would do a GT3 RS. No, I couldn't afford that.
You could get a wreck.
I could get a 997 GT3 3.8, barely. It would be a higher mileage one, but
You could get a tracked.
it could. Okay, so but either way,
With, like,
997 GT3.
Dr. M3, what would you buy?
Cody, would you like the Chiron or the Veyron?
Neither. I don't have that kind of money. I don't have $4 million. What are you talking about?
No, they're like 2.3.
Well, they don't know about
the Chiron. The Chiron, man, starts at 3.1 or something like that.
Are we factoring in the 6 Aventadors that you keep in the other garage, or are we not telling the public about that? Okay. All right, never mind.
How do you feel about cars getting bigger whenever the new model is released? It makes me sick to my stomach. But what I do like is now we're starting to revert backwards a little bit. So while the 3 Series gets bigger, they've now given us the 2 Series, things like that. So at least
I think that's the stupidest thing ever.
I agree, but at least they're giving us cars in the right size. The
Hold
problem is the trim level of those cars suck.
You know, I'm gonna judge in for a little bit. The Miata went smaller.
Baby,
Lighter. And the Camaro went lighter and smaller too.
Yeah, but those are 2 cars nobody cares about.
Oh my God! Here he goes. You barely even finished that sentence, and it was out.
I don't care much for them either, but you know, I'm just saying.
I think that
trying to think about. Wait a minute, maybe we made these suckers too big. We got to tone it back a little bit.
Well, I remember noticing this when I remember Nissan was the first for me to really start noticing things changing. Because remember when the Altima used to be the size of the Sentra, and then the Altima became the size of a Maxima, and then it just like grew up the line until the Sentra was the size of a Maxima from '98.
Yeah.
I will say the new Miata is great looking. It's the only Miata that, based off of looks, I would buy. I wouldn't buy it because they're slow, but if you handed me a new Miata with an LS in it, I would drive that.
Good idea.
Give Eli a box car or something with an LS in it, and he'll drive it. Just put an LS in it, and he'll drive it.
It's true.
I like your good engine. Good engine.
I would really like a new Chevy SS. I would buy one of those.
Then do it. Let's go.
Emilio is saying, "What do you guys think about the Miata RF?" I actually really like the Miata RF. I know.
About this.
Yeah, you don't like it. I like it. I think it's cool. It's like a baby 911 Targa. It's
What
great.
does RF stand for?
I don't know.
Remote frequency.
Roof. I don't know. It's the one that's like the
Really foolish.
Yeah, there we go. Exactly.
Come on.
Thank you. Why would you? Okay.
The mechanism
Why?
is so cool. I would just stare at that all day long. I'd be like putting the thing up and down 100 times a day.
You look like an idiot. Look at my roof go up.
No, I do it in my own driveway. Be quiet about it.
Oh my God, Daddy Jumbo is in here. That's the guy that comments "exposed JR Garage" on every single video across the entire internet.
Yeah, he's like, why does this Tedward guy think he's important? I mean, I don't. I got 15 viewers in here, man. I don't know where you're getting this sense of.
Well, Daddy Jumbo has 0 viewers, so you're more important than him.
Oh boy.
It's lit.
And Eli isn't even drinking.
Eli, you are a savage tonight. I'm a savage every night.
Ooh, damn, that's what she said.
16, don't short yourself. But back to the RF, I just think, why would you spend? It's a big. I'm pretty sure it's a pretty big chunk up from the soft top for a heavier. I think it's more unattractive. And if you're gonna get a hardtop, wouldn't you rather spend the money on a car that was designed to be a hardtop? I mean,
You want to know the honest answer? People spend money on the Miata because they're Miata fanboys. Those are the only people that buy Miatas.
A lot of people do because they're older and they just like want a sports car, right? They're like, I want to
But
convert
that's not
it.
a sports
It's a
car.
fun sports car.
It's not a sports car. It can't get out of its own way.
go to a track day, Eli.
It's
You
a
know what the
sports car.
fastest cars that usually are on the track?
Miatas.
Miatas.
That's because they weigh nothing and people put different motors in them.
Okay, so there you go. It's a sports car.
They usually are literally the same motor. They can go flat out through every corner.
Yeah, they can because they're so slow.
Daddy Jumbo.
PRZ FT86.
Today, Daddy Jumbo, on this very live stream, with all 17 of you, we are going to expose JR Garage.
Yes. All right. So here's the deal. JR Garage is actually Eddie in a costume.
Yeah.
And what he does is he sells lemonade and then takes rental cars and drives them.
Yep.
That's the end. That's it. That's JR Garage right there.
Damn, you dropped it knowledge like that, just like that, huh?
All tractor gang. Let's go.
Let everybody know, but too late.
Brock Venture wants me to look like Freddy Krueger right now. Do you have an old red and gray version of that sweater? Actually, no, next I do have like a Where's Waldo one. I'll put that one on later.
Apparently, now this is I think it's only this month, but you can buy a Chevy SS, which is usually $50,000, and Chevrolet will give you $10,000 off.
What? What for? Is that just trying to clear it out end of the year or
I
what?
think so.
Unfortunately,
They're all automatics too.
that car never sold well. They didn't market it well,
No.
and people forgot about it as soon as it got announced years ago.
Didn't
But
make it.
there's no name there. It's just the SS. It needs something before SS.
It should have been called the Caprice, if you want to know the truth. They
Yeah.
should have, or Chevelle.
Well, no, but the Caprice has at this point has a name that's synonymous with old, unfortunately.
It is also synonymous with Policia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, this is
Brock
true.
is correcting me because he's saying that they have I know that they have manuals. I'm saying that like all the ones that
Yeah,
are on the
yeah,
lots
yeah,
right
yeah.
now,
Yeah, I agree.
9% of them are automatics. I know they made manuals. I've driven the manual. I'm just saying the ones that are for sale right now,
We have a friend who has a manual.
good luck finding it.
And I love that car. I love that thing with passion.
If
But
someone can find me a manual Chevy SS, I'll buy that instead of an S4.
It's hard to find. I mean, like when Nat found his, it was like
he had
one
to
of
drive out to middle of nowhere.
It was in the middle of nowhere. Let's see.
I don't care where I go. I'd be down for a manual one of those.
They're
But I
not
can't
having the snow
do
on
it.
them. You're just gonna throw tires on them, and they're pretty good.
It's Teddy Jumbo. Anyone want to expose JR Garage while I'm here?
You missed it. We already did.
You missed it. We exposed him.
Eddie, what would that make with a cam and a tune?
450s.
At the
Okay.
wheels?
Yeah,
What do they make stock? Like 350?
375, 350 to 375. Depends on the dyno, but those things. It's an LS3. It gets as soon as you open the flow of the heads and everything. The headers and the long tube headers.
It's not honestly. It's not that crazy
It's
fast.
not that fast from the factory.
Well, and it's. I mean, I
Comparable to other things.
yeah, but Nats like I've driven Nats, and it's not. It sounds obviously the thing is loud, so it sounds faster than it is. Which is why it's bizarre because it basically like rivals. It rivals an E39. It's a brand new car that rivals a car from 2000. You know, it's weird.
Yeah, but it's Chevrolet, so they're a couple years behind.
Couple.
They've been
Try
too busy,
17.
they're too busy sleeping with their cousin.
Oh, you did not. You did
No, I-
not go there. Damn, boy. Down, Eli.
Vicious, vicious.
I'm gonna get a flick here.
The Chevy SS has a really good transmission. That's something I'll give it.
Yeah,
I think-
T56?
No, it's a T6060.
Okay.
but it's also got a little bit of the feeling where, like his Cadillac, he has a Cadillac ATS
That's
6-speed.
the worst transmission.
No,
ever.
but it's a good transmission. It's not like the sensation between the throttle the clutch, and the shift. Everything's out of sync. Like nothing makes any sense. And I think the Chevy SS carries a little bit of that. Like you have to time it in your brain. It's not intuitive.
Eli hates everything except Volkswagen. The problem is I hate Volkswagen too. Ask me about Mark IVs and Mark IIIs. I'll say really nice things.
Yeah, I loved my Mark III. It was a good first car.
So, Eli, you were talking about B8 S4s and Chevy SSs. What else is on your list of Eli's next strap whip?
Actually, I have a video on that. It's called "What's My Next Car."
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have not. I must have unsubscribed because of the boredom.
Oh,
Savage.
that was pretty savage.
Well, how's your documentary coming along?
Oh yeah, we did some acting. Well, not acting. We just interviewed Eli the other day.
Well, I got to email you guys the consent forms.
Oh yeah. Too late.
All right. You know what? Next time, I'm not taking my clothes off on camera until I sign the consent forms. None of this email after the fact stuff.
You actually fell for that, Tom.
I know. Every time. Every time.
I told him it was a casting thing.
Your dad's looking at an SS. You know what? They're a cool car. They really are, and they're comfortable. They don't get the greatest miles per gallon, but
it's dead reliable. You're kidding me?
That car will run forever.
You could drive a Chevy SS to 400,000
Parts are
miles.
cheap. It's based off a cop car.
Yeah, it's great.
I think one of those would look great laid out on some bags.
Boo!
You know, bagging the things again.
You got to take the damn chrome off that stupid car.
Oh.
Jesus!
Do they make them in white?
Yeah, I would assume so. Yeah, they do. They do.
Can you imagine one of those with like a stormtrooper thing going on? Black roof, black chrome, black everything, and white paint?
It's got a high ass. Like the trunk is really tall, so when you drag it, it would look really weird.
No, it wouldn't.
I think for the I think if I was
that's just not true.
I mean, Eli, look at a CTS-V if you're in that kind of price range.
I was looking at them. You can't find any manuals in the $35,000 range, though.
This one's for Docta. Chevy SS or Taurus Show?
Well, you know me. The Show was my first car.
Yeah.
Now, I don't like the new ones. Well, I say new ones, but
I know it's like
Century too.
I know. And it's all-wheel drive, totally different experience.
I remember there was a video of this guy, I think it was Tanner Faust. He was drifting it, and it looked so sad.
I remember that.
Remember that? It looked like
he had to
Shamu fell out of the cage.
He had to push that. Remember he had to flick that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hard. I remember that.
It was horrible. The thing did not want to break loose at all.
That car was bad. I think the worst part is coming from the old shows with the beautiful Yamaha V6s.
Someone asked what kind of Swiffer is this? It's I don't know. It's a green one.
Is it the wet jet?
Is it the one that shoots?
No.
Where are you?
In my house.
Cool.
Oh, I've never seen it.
Look, see, that's the kitchen over there, and that's the living room over here, and I'm in the middle.
Oh, so you're just sitting on your bed in the middle. Okay.
No, this is a table. This is the dinner table.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So what's upcoming on the channel that you guys are happy to disclose that's coming up for you guys? So for me, I've got two things coming up. I've got the 918 spotting, a little play date with Powen, and driving the E36 M3 and the Boxster base PDK. Very strange car.
I am hopefully going to visit Docta M3. Hopefully, we'll see.
You put summers on, so let's hope it doesn't snow.
Oh, I'm probably gonna take a birdie over there.
Smart.
Yeah, I don't know. That drive is
one expensive birdie though. We'll see.
I am doing, well, actually tomorrow I'm releasing a video that talks about, well, it's more like, it's a covered bridge tour that I did from last year, actually. I forgot I shot this video, but it also a little bit talks about why driving is therapeutic. You know, you could have a crazy bad day, you just get in the car and drive, and it's just everything just melts away.
Attaboy.
That's a really, really, really interesting video, and I can't wait to watch it because I think about that all the time, and my parents think I'm need to go back to the therapist.
Respect drive, bro.
Respect you tell them, Eddie, you need to tell them to put respect to your name the next time they question you.
So since
That was lost when I got my first ticket.
Did you see the Casey Neistat video on running?
Yes.
So I've been planning one of those on except getting in your car and driving.
Yeah.
Same exact style of video. I've been planning one of those for like a month now, and I just need to go ahead and shoot it. I need like an extra cinematographer, so my buddy Wilson up here is going to help me out. But the weather has just been so bad.
Yeah.
If I get a warm weekend, we're shooting that video. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
You know what? Hang on. Someone says Dr. M3 convinced me to subscribe to you. I got this, Dr. M3, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
All right. If you don't subscribe to him, you're an idiot. Okay, we're done. Anyway.
Oh my
You know that was Jackson, right?
That's okay.
Oh man.
You know, I would say the most things that are coming up for me. I gotta go to a family barbecue. About it.
Day in the life of Eddie.
Yeah, exactly.
What can we look forward to for your next Instagram post, Eddie?
Oh,
Probably Honda.
yeah, me driving the Honda. I'm gonna be picking up Friday. So
Yeah, actually.
that'll be.
Oh,
you'll be
yeah. Oh, that's right. So Eddie has maybe one of the most built, naturally aspirated Hondas, like
around here now.
existing in New England, at least. And we're gonna definitely be filming with that. The thing is a friggin' beast. It's just gonna walk M3s.
Yep. Nobody cares.
No one cares.
Exactly. Exactly.
I met Dr. M3 at the last Cars and Coffee 2016. Then I found out who I wanted to be when I grew up. Me too.
What?
I want to be Dr. M3 when I grow up.
Working on it.
Minus the whole BMW Master Tech thing. I don't want to be a BMW Master Tech.
If I didn't have to go to medical school, I'd totally do it.
No, he's a Master Tech, a BMW Master Tech.
That's right, M3.
Oh, boys.
What's the next one?
We managed to retain a pretty good audience throughout this. I mean, I know it's not big, but we kept it up. We kept it around like 18 to 20 though.
It's not big, but you kept it up.
Oh,
it's not great, but we kept it up. And you know what?
Viagra.
It was all organic. I didn't have to boost it or anything.
Wait a minute, no booze involved and no like nothing.
Tedward, I'm just gonna do one thing for you, and it's just
that is an inside joke. Stop it. Moving on.
Oh God.
Eddie, Tom will fill you in later.
I'll tell Eddie about that.
What did that? What does it say? What's on your reasonably attainable cars you drive for?
What is on Tedward's short list of reasonably attainable cars to drive for his channel?
My Honda Civic.
Civic is definitely coming up. No, the Civic is coming up because it's like close to horsepower.
Yeah.
9,200 RPM.
I'm excited.
I'm so excited about this.
So
car.
fast it broke the shifter off.
They literally ripped the shifter off of it when they were testing it. Let's see.
Whenever Eli shits on something.
I hope that means we have to take a shot, not take a shit.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'd be going a lot.
All right, let's take a couple more questions and then we'll call it a night.
Good night.
Take 2 more questions. It better be good.
Yeah.
What's Tedward's middle name?
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's Edward.
It's true.
We pass out. Yes, that is very true.
Oh. My light, gentlemen. Again, it's not lit. Oh, that's the wrong thing.
I got a question. Doc, are you originally from Pennsylvania?
Oh no, I am a New Yorker.
Okay. Makes sense.
There we go. Now it's lit.
Oz is on. What's up, Oz?
Oz, Lamborghini Mustang.
Oz thinks that my winter tires video is fake.
No, it's very real, and you can tell because Pound's pissed the whole time.
Actually, the truth is that Oz's McLaren is fake. It's actually a Prius with a body kit.
True, it's really good body kit.
You weren't supposed to tell anybody, Eli.
What's that expose Leviathan?
Well, exposed Levi. You know what's bizarre though is it's a $200,000 body kit. It's so bizarre.
Hey man, it's all carbon. It's kind of all
Are you serious? What was your worst class in high school?
That's I don't know. That's why not?
All of them for me.
Except for my worst class.
I took honors English junior year, and that was the biggest mistake because that class was so full of people who were full of themselves.
Truth.
I'm surprised. You would have fit right in.
Ooh.
Eddie Shade.
That wasn't even a warning. That was like a shot right through the bow.
I was not so good in high school for the first couple of years.
Not you.
Yeah. What do you know? I got my act together when I realized I have no future.
You know, Doc M3 skipped high school.
What's high school?
He went straight from elementary school into the BMW Master Tech program.
They sent him straight to
they sent him straight to Germany. Yeah.
Eddie versus Eli. Eli.
Yeah.
In what? Because poor Eli. If you got in a fight with it,
yeah, I don't know how that would end up.
Hey, listen, I'm a nice little surprise.
The only reason, the only reason
That's what my girlfriend tells me too.
The only reason I'm comfortable going to race wars is because Eddie's my escort.
Yeah. Best speeding ticket story. Oh, I got too many.
Don't
Yeah. We'll be on here for a while.
Personally, I will tell you them, but
I never speed.
Yeah, I haven't speeded and I haven't gone that fast over the limit in a couple of days.
No comment.
Yeah.
All right.
I haven't really gotten a ticket for it, but 30 seconds is about the speediest that. Never mind.
Okay, Eli.
Doc M3 once fought and beat Chuck Norris without using his fists or feet.
Yeah, he hit him with an M3.
No, I hit him with knowledge.
You know what's better than your Lamborghinis?
Knowledge.
Oh my God. All right. You have to do a rally with the knowledge is power rainbow or the more you know on one of the Lamborghinis.
Oh yes.
That's dope.
Doc M3 here in my garage.
Oh
my God. Did you know if you read a book you could have a Lamborghini?
Oh God.
Fun fact, Doc M3 doesn't just have one garage. He actually has 3 garages per car that he owns.
That's right. You gotta switch them up.
He likes to run in circles near the cars, and he needs space.
College don't get bitches, Lamborghinis do. No, Lamborghinis, and I'm pretty sure Dr. M3 will tell you this, but Lamborghinis I feel like get more guys than girls.
This is very true.
Oh, no. The Camaro takes the cake of
really.
It picks up every guy from the guy who was in the Vietnam War to every
he picks up more straight guys, like more redneck straight guys than anything in the world.
No, I mean literally it's like I had one of these in '73,
And you're like,
the war.
No, I'm just like, not this one, and I just take off. Or it's like, does it transform? No, it doesn't. It's not yellow.
Well, when I had the yellow Aventador, it's actually on video. It's the video that was with that chick that sat in my car. But this kid was on the phone. She runs up to it and goes, "Oh my God, it's Bumblebee! It's Bumblebee!" I'm like,
You're like, sweetheart.
That's an insult. That's not even.
Oh my! I'd be like, get away from me.
An E-Type Jag would be the perfect car to get girls. Well, no, because it wouldn't make it to the date.
Ooh.
It would break down before you'd ever.
All right, you want to know the perfect car to get a girl is something that's a hybrid and is not flashy.
Yeah.
But red.
But nice. But needs to be nice.
No, red and a hybrid, and you're good.
What was the? I would say German.
Women like
Luxurious
German
German.
cars. I agree.
What's this?
Mercedes, they like BMWs and Audis.
I can't believe I haven't hit somebody in the road with the Porsche, because when I drive the Porsche through Boston, kids like run into the street to take photos head on, and I'm like, okay, that's a poor choice.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna die, you might as well die at the hands of a Porsche. It's still better than dying at the hands of a Mustang.
They're gonna mess up my roof bumpers. I'm gonna be really bummed out.
That's ending soon. Did they put pedestrian safety crash stuff?
Yeah, they're gonna. Well, listen. The only problem is that the Mustang, and then when I say that Mustang, I mean both the driver and the car, will now find a way to defeat it. So they'll basically, spin sideways and backwards into crowds instead of flying directly into them headward.
Yeah, all right. So let's think about this.
Tedward?
I said Edward.
You said Tedward?
I did say Tedward.
When Mustangs crash into people, they're not like leisurely driving down the street after people. They're like sideways at 50 miles an hour. Like, I don't know what system in the world is going to stop that.
Traction control.
No, because it's already over.
It's already, yeah. It's done.
Can we get more chill music in car vids? At Ted, you're already on this. Thanks for that. But I'm so tired of clicking on car videos and getting all aggro for the first minute.
I personally really don't like using music in videos that don't need music. I think that videos like Evan Shanks and TJ Hunt, where they have the same song playing in the background 20,000 times over, gets really, really old really quick. So I don't use music unless I need to, and if I do, I try to find a song that I haven't used before.
So you're gonna hate my video tomorrow because it's
music
in it, Eli. So might I suggest that you don't tune in?
I'll tune in anyway.
Tomorrow. Actually, it's I would say maybe about a third or a quarter of the video has music because it was about driving and kind of showing you, showing you it. But yeah, I mean, I think if it's just music and that's all, I mean, unless it's really short, what the hell are you doing with that dry race? It's really short and it kind of lends to it's more cinematic, and that's all you want to do, then that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's kind of hard to have really harsh music where you can't hear, and it's just like, it's a car video and you can't hear the car at all. It really defeats the purpose.
I use it to keep the pace during like scenes that I need for the storyline, but I'm not sure are quite interesting enough to hold up on their own without a beat. So like if I need something to carry me from here to here, and I want to use some like little montage and do some slow motion and stuff, I need a beat to make sure that you're going to want to get there. Because basically whenever I watch a video I make, if I don't want to watch it, I know you don't want to watch it. So that's kind of the.
Can we talk about slow motion for a second?
Yeah. Actually, before we go to slow motion, I will say this, guys. So music in videos are I think they're essential. Just think about it. Think about going to watch a movie, and if there was no music to help transition you from one scene to the next, it would be incredible. You would not sit through, even if it's the greatest movie, you would not sit through it. So the score, which is what music is really essential and helps us tell a story without, saying it even verbally. You can set the mood of a video and you can change it just with the soundtrack. So that's why we do it.
Oh, I totally agree with you, but I'm still under the old impression as the picture should tell the story, not the music.
Yeah, but
I think we've gotten carried away in the last decade that, all right, we got 50 Cent in the booth. We need to get some money going in. Let's make a single, Fast and the Furious 10. We got it. You know,
Well,
and I just think that I'm sick of that.
I think with YouTube, everybody just use what we call quote unquote vlog music, and it's like the same stuff, and it gets a little old because it's not something you would ever in a bajillion years listen to. And so like but you have to recognize that we are super limited on the copyright free content that we're allowed to kind of take.
Use. Yeah.
So that's why you find that. And if you're pumping out 4 vlogs a week or something, like it would take you way too long to go and find like new music all the time. So I mean, honestly, editing, I edit hand in hand with my music search. So I'm always just trying to find something that's going to set the mood and get me there.
Can we talk about slow motion for a second?
Yeah, talk about slow-mo. And Eli, while you're talking about slow-mo, I'm going to give his viewers a little bit of a taste for tomorrow's video. You tell me if I went overboard.
Okay. Well, the thing that's driving me nuts about slow-mo these days is that slow motion has suddenly become a replacement for stable shots.
Yeah.
So people are taking glamour shots of their cars, and instead of making them nice and making them cinematic, it's just like I take my camera and I go like this, but then I put it in 4x slow motion, shoot at 120 and slow it down, and suddenly that's a cinematic shot. No, it's still shaky and it's still awful. But like Salamandrin is a perfect example of that. Pedro just takes slow motion shots of everything, and it drives me up the wall because there's nothing remotely interesting about that shot, and then you slow it down and there's no movement in it either. So
no, I'm with you. I mean, that's the thing. We take the time to do our stuff at 30 frames a second on a tripod, and it shows.
Yeah, I like slow motion edits drive me nuts.
I'm always trying to find what is going to separate us from other YouTubers, and there's always that's really tricky in the automotive community. A lot has been done, and it's like, okay, how do I differentiate myself from them? So that's why I try to drive as much as I can, because I feel like there isn't a whole lot of driving in these videos. A lot of people talking about a supercar, like, oh, guess what came out? Look at the spec. That's neat. I like that too, but I mean, I don't have the money to care. Doug, you want to show us your
Still on mute.
Still on mute, baby.
Salamandrin equals meet in driveway, drive in LA traffic, stop by dealer, go get food, waste 15 minutes of your life.
What car?
All right, wait, watch this. Watch this. You got it queued up, Doc?
Yeah, and although I don't think it's going to let me show it to you in full screen. So we'll see how this goes.
Tom, can you force Doc to M3 by clicking on him?
Boom.
All right, here it goes. Let's see. So I kill the music there, and then it's all about the drive. And then, hold on. Oh. All out.
Oh my God.
All right, and then I go, and then there's a little bit of music as I start talking about.
That's dope. Hey, Computer Nader, I appreciate that. Like, I mean, the reason I do the channel is so I can drive on camera, and I love driving. So I want people to watch the videos and want to go and drive their cars.
There you go. It's driving. But, I mean, there's also other things to talk about. Just like we're sitting here talking, right?
Tedward doesn't actually drive.
Yep, it's I'm actually the stunt driver.
It's all CGI. Eddie's driving.
Well, actually, every car you drive is right-hand drive, and you bring in that extra steering wheel on the left side.
Yep. Eddie's car is way too powerful for me. There's no way I could possibly have driven that car in that video.
No, that was all CG and the green screen in the back with all the videos and stuff like the Dukes of Hazzard.
I'm a Porsche Club of America member with my Volkswagen. Yeah.
Would I travel to New Hampshire for a drive? Yeah, I just don't tell the cops I'm coming.
We've done that before.
We do that a lot, actually.
Eddie, remember the drive with when Steve had the M4 and the cop came up to us at the gas station, was like, were you with us then?
No, I was away.
Ah, okay.
But I've
Goddamn.
been in those situations with Steve many times, so that could have been another.
We had the cop came up to us at the gas station. He was like, "I'm going this way, so if you guys go that way, you have about 3 before you get into the next town. There's nobody over there."
Oh,
Like, okay.
yeah, I heard this story. That's hilarious. It's lucky. Rod.
Oh, Kevin's in here. Uh-oh. Everybody put your crash helmets on.
Are we playing the game? Oh, the game.
We will play the
Oh
game
my
on a
God,
live
the
stream
game.
at some point, but I'm gonna have to go. We're gonna have to like start that from scratch.
Yeah.
Like we gotta explain it. We'll get a big one for that.
Hang on, I want to play this. You know this game?
No.
Look at Eli's crotch. Is that what the game is? Oh, there's nothing there. Hide and seek.
Oh. You guys be close to South Dakota this summer for any rallies? I wish. That'd be dope, but probably
I would
not.
love to see the.
Emilio, what do you guys think of the new app Turo? I think it's pretty interesting.
My buddy Camille is actually renting his cars on there.
Yeah.
I think Turo's fantastic.
You can't say anything yet.
I didn't say anything. I just think it's a great app. I mean,
sounds a lot like Steve's story. Yeah, it does. Ted and Eli deserve so many more subs. Damn right. Especially Ted. My God.
Now, seriously, Ted is actually putting out some serious content. You really deserve more subscribers than you do.
Is that South Dakota?
Daddy Jumbo, the rod bearings. It's like an $1,800 job, all in for new rod bearings. They don't just blow up on you. Yes, if they do go, it is a $10,000 replacement, and you're right. But at the same time, it's the kind of thing you just factor it into the ownership of the car, and you never do it again, because the new bearings that they put in are actually, they have a larger tolerance. So what they used to do up until last year was put in the original OE bearings, which just would fail again in 60,000 miles. So the new ones that they're putting in are properly toleranced, and they actually last forever. So yeah, I mean, basically you buy your car, do an oil analysis just to see if it's a problem. If it's not, drive it for another 20,000 miles. And then when you've saved up that $2,000, do the bearings and you're done.
Is there, well, going back to Turo real quick, is there some sort of like G-meter tracker or something? Because one of my buddies is renting a Stage 2 Dynan M3 on Turo.
No. There generally isn't. I mean, these are privately owned cars. Remember the Porsche that TJ took on stamp last year? That was a Turo car. So
Okay.
they're privately owned cars. So they may very well have, you know, things that the owners put on them, but it's only because the owners put it on there, and even potentially tracking. But Turo itself doesn't have those kinds of things necessarily on the car.
So I could get a.
Oh God, here we go.
I could go borrow this F80 M3 and take it to the drag strip and run it all night, and then bring it back the next day.
I mean, I wouldn't.
You got to remember, you're driving somebody's car.
Well, you also got to remember, if you crash it on a track, you're not insured.
You're not insured. That's all you.
So good
But I'm
luck
just
with
saying,
that.
hypothetically, you could.
Yes.
Yes. You know, for.
Oh my God.
That is the stupidest. Why would you ever put your car on there?
Well, I mean, it's the same reason why would you put your house or your home
I wouldn't.
on Airbnb? But a lot of people do. Why? Why would you do Uber? Why would you do Lyft? It's the same thing.
They're all crackheads.
You know, it makes sense from a standpoint as there's only like 3 people for every 100 that are going to take it to the drag strip.
Yeah.
And most people just want to drive it around. Maybe they'll floor it a few times, and that's it. And then they'll give it back to you. No more worse condition than you would have been driving it. So
Kevin. do that. Yeah,
You
Kevin's
know.
really good to rental cars.
Oh yeah, Kevin. Yeah, you're the one to talk.
Kevin ruined a Volkswagen. Actually, yeah, no, this is for Eli. Kevin ruined a Volkswagen Golf in like 18 minutes or something like that.
Honest question: what car hasn't Kevin ruined?
Truth.
Sorry, bud.
What am I in school for? I'm studying business with a minor in Spanish.
Are you being serious? I didn't know you were studying a minor in Spanish.
Yeah,
That's really
I've been
cool.
taking Spanish. I've been taking Spanish since 3rd grade.
That's really cool.
Hola.
Hi.
¿Cómo te
He just left. He's at comments.
He's back. He's back. All right, so we should wrap.
Oh my god.
We should wrap up.
All right.
We'll be doing this again very soon. Don't forget to go and subscribe to Dr. M3 in Ignition Tube, and tell your friends, because we're going to be doing these live streams at least like once a week or so. It's been kind of rotating between the channels, but so keep an eye on all the channels just to see who's doing it.
And guys, remember to respect the drive and spread some positivity.
See you guys. Thank you so much for joining.
Bye, Felicia.